Welcome friends to the 2026 Hyundai Sonata. We have some subtle new updates to talk about, but as always, if you stay tuned until the end of this video, I will be sharing with you how you can save on new vehicles. All right, let's get started here. For 2026, we have two new trim levels. We have an entry-level blue trim for the hybrid Sonatas, and for the pure gas model Sonatas, they have gotten rid of the SEL and the SEL convenience trims. They have cleaned it up, and we just have the SEL Sport trim level in the middle now. So the trims, they go as follows. For the pure gas Sonata, we have the SE trim and the SLE Sport trim, and then we have the N line. So the N line is going to be your quote-unquote performance Sonata. It comes equipped with the 2.5-liter turbo GDI engine, 4-cylinder with 290 horsepower and 311 pounds-feet of torque. Strangely enough, it only comes with front-wheel drive for that N-line model. The SE and the all-new SEL Sport trims, they come with the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 191 horsepower and 181 pounds-feet of torque. The SEL Sport model can come with all-wheel drive if you want. Also, for the regular SE and SEL, they come with the 8-speed torque converter automatic transmission, but the N-line comes with a 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. Anyway, we can talk specs later. I mentioned that we have a new entry-level blue trim for the hybrid model. So once again, we have three trim levels for the hybrid Sonata: the blue, the SEL, and the limited at the top. Hybrids have a total system output of 192 horsepower, and it actually has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Usually hybrids have some form of a eCVT. Hyundai did not go down that route. We have a true 6-speed automatic transmission. Anyway, regarding the SEL trim level of the hybrid, we now get a pano sunroof. And for the SEL Sport trim, which is that all-new trim for the pure gas model, we get some new 18-inch alloy wheels. And some of the features from the SEL convenience from last year, it now naturally gets incorporated into that SEL Sport trim, like the leather-wrapped steering wheel and the wireless phone charger. And those are pretty much all of your updates for the 2026 Sonata. As one would expect, the prices have gone up compared to last year by a little bit. No surprise there. On the pure gas side, the SE model, it's going to start at $27,300. SEL Sport with front-wheel drive, $29,000, and if you want the all-wheel drive SEL Sport, that's going to be $30,500. The Performance N-Line, that'll set you back $35,900. Then we move on to the hybrids. So that new entry-level blue model, it's going to start at $29,050. So that means for 2026, the entry-level price of a hybrid Sonata has technically gone down because we have that new base blue trim level. Okay. Then we have the SEL Hybrid, $32,300, and the top of the line limited, $38,100, but make sure to add $1,245 to these prices for the destination charge. Personally, I think the best value is going to be the SEL Sport on the gas model side. And for the hybrids, I think sticking with either the blue or perhaps the SEL would be the way to go. I overall do really like the Sonata, and for that fact, the Kia K5 as well. These are really comfortable, quiet machines. Great cruisers, and I know some of these cars, they tend to look pretty sporty and athletic, but trust me, that's not really the driving characteristic of these vehicles. In fact, some of these cars, they actually struggle to put down their power. The power simply overwhelms the front tires. So if you're an aggressive driver, that's actually going to disappoint you, and that's why I just think going with the basic engine options, driving it more chill and sedate, that's really the best way to enjoy something like the new Sonata. And because of that, I actually do appreciate their hybrid system as well. It suits the character of these vehicles, but something to note, if you want a quieter Sonata experience, you do have to move up from the base models because as standard, Hyundai does give us the acoustic film windshield as standard for all these models. But if you want the acoustic film front door glass, you have to go up from the base model. So the SE and the blue models, they do not get the acoustic film front door glass. So if that's important to you, at least go with the SEL Sport or the SEL on the hybrid side. And Hyundai doesn't even give us the heated front seats as standard. In fact, we also get cloth seats as standard on the SE, the SEL Sport, the blue, and the SEL hybrid. So that's pretty interesting. They do, however, give us the 12.3-inch infotainment screen as standard, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you get like the 6-speaker audio system. They are essentially gatekeeping the Bose audio system for the N-Line and the limited hybrid model. So similar to Honda, they reserve the top-of-the-line audio system for the top trim levels. I do, however, appreciate how Hyundai gives us the useful safety tech features as standard, like the blind spot monitoring, but once again, similar to Honda, there's a few kind of premium safety tech features that they reserve for the top of the line model, like the 360 camera. Only the limited hybrid model gets the 360 camera, but because this is a sedan, it's not that difficult to drive. I'm not going to label that as a huge con. Once again, Honda does something very similar. Regardless of that, I will have the full press release from Hyundai on the screen for you to check out, as well as the official Hyundai spec sheet as well. That way you will know everything there is to know regarding the 2026 Sonata. But as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save on new vehicles. You can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has partner dealerships both in Washington, D.C. and in California. He does offer nationwide shipping, but it would be ideal if you can pick up at D.C. or in California so you can save on that shipping cost. Anyway, on vehicles like the Honda Accord, the new Camry, and the Kia K5, AutoCompanion is offering about 10% off the MSRP. So that's a really good solid savings right there. So especially on the Hondas and Toyotas. So if you live in an area where cars just fly off of the dealership lots, and due to demand, the local dealerships simply don't discount their vehicles because they simply don't have to, then for those individuals, I think working with AutoCompanion can be very beneficial to you. I do personally live in one of these areas. I'm in the Southeast, and the car dealerships here, they're just so successful. People just walk in, pay full sticker price or whatever, and just walk out with the vehicle. They just don't care. So my local dealerships are not incentivized to heavily discount the vehicles and sell cars under invoice because they simply don't have to do that. So for people like myself, using AutoCompanion, it's definitely been a blessing. And getting 10% off on things like the Camry, that's huge because it's a Toyota product. It typically holds its value really well. And the Camry comes as standard with a hybrid powertrain. So that's pretty cool. It's just a naturally really efficient vehicle. On the Honda Accord, both on the gas and the hybrid models, depending on the trim level, he's got between 8 to 10% off. That's also pretty solid. And keep in mind, these discounts are before incentives. So when you lease something like an Accord, there's an additional like $600 in savings that you can get, and that stacks on top of AutoCompanion's discount. So that's great. When you use this service, there's a lot of transparency. You can also see the additional manufacturer incentives that you can qualify for. And there's a free leasing calculator located at the bottom of his website. You can use that to see the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get for your local zip code. Keep in mind, lease programs, interest rates, incentives, discounts, all of these things, they update every month, but so do all of AutoCompanion's resources and website. But you don't have to lease the vehicle. You can pay cash or finance and still get the discount. But keep in mind, he also charges a broker fee to access some of these deals. On vehicles like Toyotas and Hondas, he's charging about $9.99 as his broker fee, but on something like a Kia K5, his broker fee is like $6.99. If you reach out to him and you mention my channel, he did say that he'll take some money off of his fee, and I really appreciate him doing that for my audience. And AutoCompanion doesn't just have the economy brands like Honda, Toyota, Mazda, Hyundai, Kia, etc. He also has luxury brands like Acura, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, etc. So if you're interested, I will leave all of their information in the description box below. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.